name is Lenorma Jackson, and I will be presenting autism spectrum disorder. I chose autism because I work with autistic students. What is autism? Autism is a neurodevelopmental disorder characterized by impaired social interaction, verbal and nonverbal communication, and restricted and repetitive behavior. Parents usually notice signs in the first 2 years of their life. These signs often develop gradually through some children with autism who reach their developmental milestone at normal pace and then they regress. The diagnostic criteria that symptoms become apparent in early childhood, typically before age 3. How common is autism? Studies also show that autism is 4 to 5 times more common among boys than girls, and an estimate of 1 out of 42 boys and 1 in 189 girls are diagnosed with autism in the United States. This information is given from the Center for Disease and Control and Prevention. 3 major learning symptoms. The first one is social skills. Basic social interaction can be difficult for children with autism spectrum disorder. Symptoms may include unusual and inappropriate body language, gestures, contact, or using facial expressions that don't match what he or she is saying, lack of interest in other people or in sharing interests or achievements, unlikely to approach others or to pursue social interaction, difficulty understanding other people, feelings, reactions, restricted in being touched, difficulty or failure to make friends with children the same age. Speech and language. Problems with speech and language comprehension are a telltale sign of autism spectrum disorder symptoms. May include delay in learning how to speak, speaking in an abnormal tone of voice, repetitive words or phrases over and over, trouble starting a conversation or keeping it going, difficulty communicating needs or desires, doesn't understand simple statements, taking what is said too literally. Restrictive behavior and play. Children with autism spectrum disorder are often restricted, rigid, and even obsessed in their behaviors. Activity, interests, symptoms may include repetitive body movements, hand flapping, rocking, spinning, obsessive attachments to unusual objects, rubber bands, keys, light switch, preoccupied with specific topics of interest, a strong need for sameness, order, and routine, lining up toys, following a rigid schedule, getting upset in their routine, clumsiness, abnormal posture, fascinated by spinning objects, moving pieces, parts, toys, wheels, race cars instead of playing with the whole car. Children's personal treatment needs. Each child or adult with autism is unique, and so each autism intervention plan should be tailored and address specific needs. Intervention can involve behavior treatment, medication, or both. Many persons with autism have additional medical treatment conditions such as sleep disturbances, seizures. Early intervention behavior intervention involves a child's entire family working closely with a team, professionals. In some early intervention programs, therapists come into the home to deliver special services. Family life. It's never easy to find out your child has a learning disability. The unexpected news can cause a tremendous amount of stress on the child and the family. The everyday life of living with a special needs child with autism can be very challenging. Nevertheless, as a parent, you can find help in several different resources to help your child and family cope with the shock of having a family member with autism. Classroom modifications and rights. Your special needs child has the right to a free and appropriate education. The Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, IDEA, which was first enacted in 1975 and most recently revised in 2004, mandates that each state provides all eligible children with a public education that meets their individual needs. The Individual with Disabilities Act, IDEA, was most recently revised in 2004 and in fact renamed the Individuals with Disability Education Improvement Act, but most people still refer to the to